Good evening, everybody. This is Shannon with Shannon's Kitchen, and this is my first time coming back to you guys in a while, since October. So I'm here with my two daughters, and I'm going to turn this around. This is Emily and Charlotte. Emily and Charlotte. And we are in our new house, and this is the new kitchen.
Yes, it is.
And
Mom, can I help cook
right
today?
here. And I've already started prepping and everything. So I'm going to go ahead and show you. I can't tell you because this is a recipe that's been in my family for years. But a lot of people got in the comments last October and was like, hey, how do you make that? The vegetable soup that we always do at my mom's for Halloween. But I can't give you that information. That is, I was told not, I can't give that out. But I can show you the ingredients and just hope that you can figure it out from there. So here we go. I'm fixing to turn this around and show you.
Can you show them to me?
These are my added ingredients, of course. I've already started browning some meat up in the pot. And there's some more ingredients. That is portobello mushrooms. That's an onion, potatoes, and okra sliced up. So, yeah, that's what we have. Those are all the ingredients, and we do salt and pepper. So, anyhow, let me go ahead and put this down, and I'm fixing to start adding all these ingredients to the pot. I will, however, tell you how long your ingredients are supposed to marry or simmer for. You do want to make sure that your potatoes are soft. Like I showed you guys on how to make cream potatoes. It's the same situation. You have to cook this and simmer it. Now, when you're adding everything in, we're going to cook it on, I'm got it on like a 5. And that way you can see, But we're going to cook it on a 5 while we're adding all the ingredients. And then we're going to pull this up to a 3 or 4. So that everything can simmer together in the pot. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to put you right here. Well, let's set this up. Okay, can everybody see me? All right. Yeah, my kitchen is a lot bigger than the last one, but, I had to go without some things, When some lose some, it's just how it goes. But anyhow, my stove is in the middle of the kitchen instead of, on a wall or a bar. I have a bar, a long one, it's over there. I have a big kitchen, a lot more cabinet space, a lot more counter space. But anyhow, this is about 3 to 4 pounds of hamburger meat. I believe it was the 90, 90-10 or 93-20 or something like that. I don't remember. But it's 3 to 4 pounds of hamburger meat for 4 people. Rule of thumb is anytime you make spaghetti or anything that has anything to do with hamburger meat, like a goulash or anything, you always go a pound per person or a half a pound per person. So this is about 4 pounds. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get rid of my dry seasonings. And this is the Kenny's, Kansas City. Everybody knows that has been on my show or watched my show here on YouTube for the past year knows that Kansas City, Kenny's Kansas City or Chef Kenny's cannot be bought in any store. You have to get it from a Fisherama, Turkarama, Buckarama when it comes into town. And sometimes if you're lucky, when the fair comes here, you can catch them there too, but it's not very often. But if you don't have access to a Buckarama, Turkarama, Fisherama, you can go to www.kennyspices.com. And everything is uppercase. So www.kennyspices.com. This is Kansas City. And I'm about to put, remember how we talked about? You want to do 4 pinches. Okay? So there's that. Uh-oh, I dropped my top. And we can go ahead and put this away. And then the mesquite grill from Kenny's. Same thing. I'm going to do about 4 pinches in the pot. Okay? So that's done. There's no reason to layer seasonings here because there's so much going to go into this pot. It's kind of like you're conjuring a brew or something. But with my wooden spoon, I'm just mixing it into the meat. The meat has water in it because I didn't want it burning to the bottom of the pan. Just maybe, I remember now, I filled up this bowl about halfway. This is a tablespoon of butter, and that's going to go in very last. Okay, so I'm just going to start adding things. Dale seasoning with reduced sodium blend. I can't tell you. I hope you're paying attention. Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire. Some people call it Worcestershire. I did about 4 dollops. Just, it's really according to taste. Will you put that in the refrigerator for me, please? Thank you. Okay, now I'm about to season my meat with Himalayan salt. That is pink. If you've ever seen those Himalayan lamps, this is what it's made out of. Himalayan salt. 5 pinches. 1, 5 pinch. 2, 5 pinch. 3, 5 pinch. So that's about 15 pinches. And then I'm going to bring in my pepper. Stir, stir, stir. Now, here shortly, I'm about to add my onion, which is right here where my fresh ingredients are that I showed you earlier, chopped up on this chopping board. That's going in now. I cut them in rainbow shape like this. You want to make sure that your middle part is left whole, because that's where all the seasoning is, right there. You just stick it in there. Remember how I told you a while back when I first started this channel that you're supposed to, you know, whether how or not you're going to taste, how you want your food to taste, that's how you know how to measure out your garlic, your onions, all that stuff. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to leave it like this because you want a lot of seasoning to render out of that. It's going to render in here and marry with all the rest of the stuff. So, you know, rainbow shape. Like you used to draw when you were a little kid. Rainbow shape. Try it. Some of them, you know, will come apart once they start cooking and everything. Because this will be the only time that you'll see me cook anything out of a can. And I'm going to read the ingredients to you. I don't buy anything that's in a can that has a bunch of chemicals in it. Everything that's sitting over here on my countertop is exactly what it says on the can. Corn, yellow corn, white and yellow corn, white corn, whole tomatoes and tomatoes juice. I'm fixing to read it all to you. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and stir all those onions up and get them mixed up with this meat. Like always, I'm trying to get a roux going on at the bottom of this pan in a fond. That way I can scrape it off the pan and marry it in with the other seasonings and juices and everything that's going to go in this pot. I think I could probably turn, just so in case you didn't get it before. There's all the fresh ingredients. Portobello mushrooms, potatoes, okra. Okay? Sometimes my mom puts carrots in here, but my husband doesn't like cooked carrots, so I don't put cooked carrots in here. Or carrots in here. So, let's see if you can see a little bit. Alright, and this is my batch of peppers and vinegar that my father made out of his garden last year. This is also something I add. It's not family, it's not to the recipe. So I want to say about 1/3 of a cup for seasoning only. Those peppers have been sitting in that can with that vinegar for probably about a year. So that's why it's brown. But it smells good. Already the onions are starting to reduce, and all the oils that are in those onions are starting to disperse in the meat. And that's what I like to do. I like to flavor my meat before I add everything else in. And also, just to let you know, I still don't refrigerate my butter. You know, people are on this kick that you have to keep your butter refrigerated. You don't. My great-grandmother lived to be 86, and she did it till the day we had to put her in a nursing home. And was a great cook. So, and the butter is not Country Crock or Blue Bonnet. That's all stuff that's mixed with oil. You want real butter? Buy the sticks that are like by Great Value or Kroger brand or Land O'Lakes. Anything that says salted or unsalted, and it says USDA AA butter on it. Anything else is margarine. It's not butter. Guess I'm just going over things, trying to let these onions reduce. I've missed cooking with you guys in my kitchen. And I know usually sometimes I'd have makeup on and stuff, but like I came on about a week ago and did a video for y'all, and I don't know if y'all could tell, but I was sick. I had COVID. And that was another reason why I couldn't come on here when I said I was going to cook this recipe. Everybody since October, not this past October, but last October, when me and my daughter and my mom dressed up like sugar skulls at my mama's house and cooked up some homemade vegetable soup in her kitchen. All I did was show you the finished product. I didn't do anything else because it was a family recipe that was secret and has been for years. My mom said I could show it on here, but I couldn't give the recipe out. So, I'm not giving it out. So, anyhow, you know, it's very good. It's a good heart, warming food. It's good for winter. It's the winter time, and, right around fall. Since we're about closing up winter, I probably won't cook it again till, the end of summer, when it starts getting cool out again. So, which we live in Georgia, so, just the fact that we had as long a winter as we had this year was surprising. So, what I'm going to do right now, since these onions have reduced in the pot, is I'm going to go ahead and add my beef broth. And then I'm going to add the vegetable beef broth. About the same amount as the beef broth. Just vegetable broth. Like I said, like these are brand new boxes is all I can tell you. I can't tell you anything else. Can you please put these in the refrigerator for me? Anytime you buy broth in a box like that, as soon as you crack it open and use it, you're supposed to refrigerate it. if you put it back on your shelf like you bought it at the grocery store, it'll sit there and go bad. Because it's the stock broth of vegetables, beef, or, you know, chicken, or whatever you use. Okay. So we've already started and got a broth working in here. So I'm going to go ahead and add my potatoes. I add my potatoes next. That way they have a chance to get not hard, but soft, because they're already hard. It's just like in my other videos where I taught you how to make, you know, mashed potatoes. Would you boil your potatoes? It's the same concept, but you're cooking them in a broth that's already made. And it's so good. So we're gonna add that. We're gonna put the mushrooms in last because they're gonna cook like not real fast, but they will cook faster than, you know, the other hard contents that are in this pot, like the potatoes. These are not hard. These are your okra. They're not hard at all. So those will go in last as well, after I've already added the corn and, you know, everything else in there. Sorry, my daughter's watching YouTube in the other room. And dancing. We're YouTube people around here. My husband enjoys watching Blue Gabe and Deer Meat for Dinner, which are these two brothers that are hunt and fish and go snorkeling and go, you know, fishing underwater, and then they bring it home to their kitchen and you get to watch them cook it. And or if they're camping, you get to watch them, you know, cook it over an open fire or whatever. And my husband watches that all the time. So yeah, we are YouTube people around here. All right, so the potatoes are added, and I'm just stirring them up in the broth. What I'm going to put in there next is the green beans. This is also something that that's not normally in there. It's just something I thought I'd try. I really love the Margaret Holmes homemade, made easy seasoned vegetables. And I have been known to cook with her brand before because all it has in it is Italian green beans, water, and dehydrated onion, salt, sugar, spices, rendered bacon fat, and natural hickory smoked flavor. And it does say it has sodium in it, which is salt. So, yeah. And water. So that's what's in here. Yes, it's already cooked. Shannon, you always talk about. Yeah, well, this is good for flavor. So, today, it's a seasoning. 1 can in there of Italian green beans. My Shar-Pei has found the dog food and is standing in front of the cabinet ready to eat. And sniffing everything. Sorry, that's what I was looking at. Alright, here's 1 can of white, sweet, and gold corn. And it says on the can, corn, water, and salt. I don't know if you can see that. Corn, water, and salt. With the juice in the pan. Remember, this is the only thing you will see me make with this much canned stuff. My mama's family, you know, growing up, my dad's family was poor. So my mama knew how to make a lot of po man stews and stuff like this. Another can of the white, sweet, and gold corn. A can of the golden corn, which is made with corn, water, and salt. Says it down there at the bottom. Corn, water, salt. That's why I didn't have to add a whole lot of Dale's. And I didn't put but 3 15 pinches, of salt. Which was only 3, things like this. This is the last can of super sweet golden corn. In the trash. Alright, so all that's been added, we're going to go ahead and stir up the pot. My husband's going to be surprised. He loves portobellos. And I've never put mushrooms in this recipe before, so I'm just going to go ahead and tell you those was a whole portobello cut up. That's what I'm putting in here. That's all I'm putting in here. That's mixed up. So I'm going to take my rings off because we're about to play with our food. You've seen me do this many times for my chili and stuff like this. Take out the whole tomatoes. Crush them in the pot. These are romaine tomatoes, by the way. The ones that you see that are shaped like, you know, like this. Small ones, they're romaine tomatoes. So if you want to use real romaine, this is what these are. These are real. They just came in a can. And it says ingredients: tomatoes, tomato sauce, salt, calcium, and citric acid. So what's on the back of this? And it's sitting in tomato juice. So all this is just getting crushed in here. And if there's any part of these stewed tomatoes that you're using and you feel like it's hard, don't worry. Simmering in here will make it soft. Alright, and it's going to be messy, so you may want to wipe down your stove once you're finished crushing your tomatoes. But I'm not going to stir them just yet. I want both cans, because I'm using 2 big cans of whole tomatoes. That's why you wear an apron, see? So you don't get stuff splattered on you or oil on your clothes, and when you do wear one, you want to make sure it's made of canvas. That way it doesn't seep on through there and onto your clothes. Because once you get oil on them, they are forever ruined. It doesn't matter what you're wearing. It's forever ruined. T-shirt, sundress. Yeah, I have several sundresses that are ruined. And I wear to bed now because I was cooking in them. But this is what's left. Oops. Tomato juice. So, I'm going to put this right here. Alright, now on to the second can of whole stewed tomatoes. Basically, the skin has been blanched off of these. You can stew your own tomatoes and can them or whatever instead of buying them. You can grow your own tomatoes by putting a tomato in the dirt in a pot outside in some soil and cutting it in half and put both the halves inside the soil, and within a week you'll have little sprigs coming up through the dirt. That's how you grow tomatoes. You don't have to grow them outside. You can grow them on your porch. You can grow them anywhere. But once they start getting tall, that's when you have to go get the little things to put around them and stuff like that. Or put them inside those things that hang upside down on your front porch, like I've seen people do. Let's see. There's 2 more. All right. Yeah, so these were blanched and all the skin cut, pulled away. And there was left whole romaine tomatoes. All right, excuse me, I'm going to wash my hands. Everybody that knows me knows that I don't like working in a filthy place when I'm cooking. So what I'm going to do is remove everything over here, because some stuff got spattered with tomatoes over here. And I'm going to go ahead and wipe everything down, put my rings back on. And then we'll go back to what we were doing. Something that's real good to have in your kitchen is Lysol wipes. This is the lemon kind, and it's 99.9%. It kills bacteria and most viruses, all viruses. So we're going to go ahead and take 1 or 2 of these, and we're just going to start wiping down everything that was the victim of splatter over here, because I have a white counters. I do miss my countertops and everything. My backsplash was tile and marble and stuff over there. But like I said in the video before, I'm glad that we made the move because the house had many things that needed to be done to it. Matter of fact, my daughter had left a binder over there with her phone number on it that she had back when she was in high school and back when she was 17, and they thought that a minor had ran away or whatever, and that was her information. They were trying to get a hold of her for her safety. And, you know, because the house was empty. And they said that they were going to condemn the house that we were living in if the landlord didn't fix it. And the city was going to come in and clean it at his expense and repair it at his expense. So he had to clean it up and fix it. Now it's got a for sale sign out front because the city wasn't about to let him put anybody else in that house. I'll just put it to you that way. That's how bad it was over there. Not that we were filthy, but everything that broke, he refused to fix it. The only thing he fixed in 4 years was he patched up our leaky roof. That was it. Oh, yeah. I mean, it was horrendous. Mold coming in everywhere because the damage was already done. And he didn't fix anything. I stayed sick over there. My kids stayed sick. And so, yeah. So that's why I haven't been here. That's why I haven't been recording or doing anything much with my show, because I stayed sick a lot the last year I was in that house. So we've done add all of our dry spices. We've added our liquid spices. We've added most of our fresh spices. Now we're going to pick up the heat to about a 7. And we're just going to cook. Just let it cook. And then right now I'm going to go ahead and add the last bit of ingredients. This is 1 portobello chopped up. I'm going to add the okra. Maybe one day I can tell y'all exact ingredients and measurements, but Mom, I just, don't think I should need to share this. It's been something my family has cooked for years, and I can't give you all my recipes. I still do want to do a cookbook one day, and when I do, I don't know if I have to wait to be monetized to be able to sell it on here, but you'll have all my recipes that I cook for you on here. I've come up with so many more recipes since the last time I recorded. I believe that was October, right before we moved into this house. We moved in here the week before Thanksgiving. Hold on, let me wash my hands. Another reason why I like this recipe is because you kind of just let the pot do all the work for you. You just put all your ingredients in and you just let them marry together. Right now with my bamboo spoon, I'm going to just mix. I'm fixing to pick up the phone and show you what this looks like. We've been on for 29 minutes and 27 seconds. But this is what it looks like in the pot. All that stuff is going to marry together for about 25 to 30 minutes. Okay? I'm going to leave it. Oops. I'm going to go ahead and put the lid over it. And going Gonna scoot all this up because, you know, I like to come in here periodically and stir my stuff. But like I said before, I don't like my hands to be dirty when I'm cooking. I'm always washing my hands, as y'all have seen me do it 2 or 3 times today already. Like I said, this is one of many recipes I'm going to be coming to you on 2024. Once I get this all boiled up and it's been sitting on simmer, right now I got it on a 7. I'm going to let it cook the first 5-10 minutes on a 7, and then the other 15 minutes to 20 minutes, you know, on a 4. So it can simmer. Covered, of course. And then I'm going to come in here, you know, every 5 to 10 minutes and stir periodically and make sure everything's merry and nice. But as you can see, there's some pretty colors in there. You got potatoes, onions, corn, every bit of corn. I can't tell you what. I mean, just all kinds of corn. Okra, tomatoes, the tomato juice. Of course, you know, we put Dale seasoning in there, Worcestershire or Worcestershire, whatever you want to call it, whatever you guys call it. Everything that used to be behind me is now over there. And I decided to keep my nativity out because I just like it out and I love Jesus. So, you know, this is, you know, my stuff. It's everything. It's a bigger kitchen. It's, you know, I like it. I miss, you know, the prettiness of the other kitchen, you know, the countertops and the tile and the marble. But it was a sick house. It was making all of us sick. So this is Shannon with Shannon's Kitchen, and I'm going to pause this video. And when I come back, I'm going to show you the finished product. Okay? So, if you like us, subscribe. Like and subscribe. Hit your bell icon so it can give you a customization of whenever I come on or whatever. Because I'm going to start coming on here like before. I'm not going to tell you when. I'm just going to do it. So, you know, just make sure that you're a subscriber. And those of you that left, because I had a bunch of you, and I went away for a while, and a bunch of y'all left too and unsubscribed. I hope that you guys come back because I've got so many more. This is one of many recipes I've been working on for the past 1.5 years since I haven't been on. Last time I came on here was in October, and that was during our Oktoberfest. And that was like a month before we moved. And I wanted to come on here since then, but like I said, you know, we unpacked. I've had COVID, I've had the flu and pneumonia since I've been living here because, you know, people like coming around me that are sick, or I've been out and about, and with my lupus, it's easy to catch sicknesses, and my diabetes too. And like you know, diabetics heal slowly just like people with lupus do. So, from my kitchen to yours, homemade vegetable stew or soup, homemade vegetable beef soup. You can, for you vegans out there or vegetarians, you don't have to put meat in it. You can just put all the vegetables in there. Those of you that like plant-based food, you can make it without the beef. Some people like putting beef cubes in theirs. Me and my family have always used hamburger meat. Now, beef cube probably would be something I'd like to try one day, but you know me, and I love to season some steak. Maybe it's a project. And I do plan on coming on here and pan-searing some more steaks for you guys, but that's later on down the road. A new way that I've learned. So, I got much more things coming. So those of you that unsubscribed, subscribe again. Come back to Shannon's Kitchen. I'm here to stay. I'm not going anywhere. I think right now I'm just going to be doing once a week, maybe twice a week, until I get, you know, things rolling here in the new house. And, you know, I have a daughter that's, you know, in college, and we're both in school learning how to be insurance adjusters through the state of Georgia. So that I'm also doing that little venture. But like I said, once this is all done and everything's married together, I'll fix a bowl and plate it up for you. And I'll come back on here and show you what it looks like. Or maybe I just might do a short. I don't know yet. I'm trying to decide. So I'm trying to breathe life back into my channel. This is Shannon with Shannon's Kitchen saying bon appetit.